Good morning, folks, or good afternoon. It's a few minutes before 1 here in New York. I was just watching the news a little while ago, and I had to run to the bank, and while I was waiting in line at the bank in my car, I just kept thinking about what I saw, and I was just getting ready to jump out of my skin. So I figured, rather than wait till tonight to go live, and I just get on here, and I just want to give people my honest opinion, what I think of what's going on, because I've kind of been holding back a lot of things I didn't want to say. I didn't know what people could do about it. Plus, I didn't want to undermine what's going on in any way, but I just can't hold back anymore. And I want to just give a quick synopsis of the way I view all this. And of course, I understand that there's all kinds of information out there that people are very frightened about, not being we might run into a food shortage, we're not going to get enough to eat, all these different things that these doomsday situations that could arose, could happen. I don't buy into any of that stuff. I mean, I'm a survivor, and I believe I'm capable of surviving in any circumstances. And I don't believe, I'm not afraid. I'm not a type of person that lives in a lot of fear. I don't factor that into the equation. If something happens to me tomorrow and I leave this place, I'm in good shape for that too. So what I really want to say is that the way to look at this, if the powers that be are putting information out there, some of them really have an agenda. What they're doing is they're setting us up for, the vaccinations and, super drugs that they're going to be coming out with to have people start using. Remember, we've been indoctrinated into a healthcare system. It's all about the money that the providers are going to make, not the benefits that the recipients are going to be making. So based on that type of science, which is an abstract science, if somebody chooses to live on a standard American diet, they better, follow that science. And I'm not against doctors. I have doctors that are friends of mine. They're excellent. Doctors are best at emergency medicine, trauma, and surgery. When it comes to chronic disease, that's a matter of question, how good they really are. Because what they're going to do is give you medication or recommend surgery. And if somebody wants that, we have the most advanced medical technology in the world. But remember, we are also one of the sickest countries in the world. There are a lot of third world countries that don't get as sick as we do. Now, why is that? You have to think about why that's happening. So, of course, people got to respect other people. They got to wear masks when they go out. They should wash their hands. That's a whole nother story about how to develop super immunity. But maybe I'll touch on that now too. So the key is, I'm not knocking anybody out there is telling what to do. And I have a great deal of respect for President Trump and what he's trying to do with the information that's available. But there is other information that's not readily available. And I believe that type of information, some of these so-called experts, I don't think they're even aware of it, to be perfectly honest with you. So everybody has an agenda. All the information we're getting is an agenda. All the commercials you see on television, they're all about pharmaceuticals. And they're very quick to tell you about the side effects. There's a reason for that. They want to tell you about the side effects because of legal ramifications. They're warning you, if you use these drugs, there are certain side effects that if you sue them, you've been forewarned. Now, the same thing with nutraceuticals. I'm not against people using pharmaceuticals. If you're weighing the risk against the benefits, if you're in a situation, a life-threatening situation, you have to take a pharmaceutical, it could save your life. If you don't take it, you're going to die. Of course, the intelligent thing to do is to do it. But there are other ways. Now, the same thing with nutraceuticals. Everybody's aware now, because of social media, there's I could rattle off 75 things you could take for the coronavirus. And some of them work very, very well. So, of course, now, the nutraceutical companies, people are taking lycosphere vitamin C, liposomal vitamin C, buffered vitamin C, vitamin D. There's types of silver that work very, very, very well. Zinc. I mean, you can take quinine, drink Schweppes, quinine water. There's all kinds of stuff you could do. But what I'm trying to tell people, for people that are open, we have to remember, this is where it begins. There is a psychological component to hunger. We have become addicted to processed food. It works on the hypothalamus gland at the floor of your brain. It's a control center at the floor of your brain. It controls your sex drive, your hunger drive, and your addictions. When you start eating processed food, and the food giants are very clever. If they throw in salt, sugar, and fat, and they know how to mix that in there, they got you. Once you start eating that food, it's just like introducing yourself to a drug. Your body chemistry adapts to it. Once it adapts to it, it becomes part of your normal daily biological chemical function. That means when you don't take it, you feel uncomfortable. The basic addiction in life is feeling comfortable and feeling good. So what do? Unconsciously, you go back to that thing. Oh, I don't feel good. I'm irritable. I don't know what's wrong with me. So what do? I found out if I take this one substance, I feel good. So you take it, you feel good again. So what happens? You say, wow, this is easy. I can take this every day. I can drink 3 cups of coffee, whatever it is. Whatever it is. That's how we become addicted. Now that's taking place with food. The food giants know how to do that. So we're caught on a merry-go-round. We're going around in a circle. You eat listen, who's going to tell you that ice cream don't taste good? Who's going to tell you a delicious pizza don't taste good? But, some of these things, you could make a healthy pizza. You could make a banana ice cream. You could make these things. But the commercial things out there, they're the problems. And once you become addicted to them, and you eat them every day, then you're developing a compromised immunity. There's people that live a long life with a compromised immunity till something like this happens. Everybody has an Uncle Louie that done everything wrong, and he's 80 years old. He might have had a few stents in his arteries. He might have had a knee transplant, but he's walking around. He's still playing pinochle with his friends and everything. So people say, wow, that's good. Look at Louie. Look how good Louie's doing. Okay, if that's what you want to settle for, that's up to you. But so now, everybody's scurrying around because of the coronavirus, Corona-19, these 19 different coronaviruses. There's going to be more coming down the road, I can tell you that right now. So what happens? Everybody's scurrying around. Everybody goes to social media. They want to be scientists. They go onto the social media. You're on social media, and then now you got a college education. You know how to deal with all this. That's not really true, folks. I mean, excuse I'm actually a little aggravated from what I saw, and I don't want people to misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm just concerned for people. Normally, in a lot of cases, I keep my mouth shut. But you know what? I'm not going to keep my mouth shut. And so what happens with people, once you realize that how we're being victimized, that we've been indoctrinated into a healthcare system, it's very confusing because there's so many variables. There's millions of variables. What type of diet you should eat, whether you should eat a raw diet, a vegan diet, a macrobiotic diet, a pescatore diet, whether you should eat raw egg yolks to get B12, whatever. Or now they got the carnivore diet. They got this guy who's trying to convince people that you just live on beef. Anybody believes that. Now, it will seem like it's working at the beginning. Why? Because you're leaving out cake, candy, soda, ice cream, cigars. Because of what you're leaving out. And if you're breathing clean air, you're drinking water, you're getting enough rest, you're getting enough calories, so you'll get away with it in the beginning. But you're not going to live a long life on that type of junk. I'll tell you that right now. And that's not even good science if you really know what's going on here. So what's the real answer to this? The real answer is we have to remember the human body is a very sophisticated biological organism. It's miraculous. Borderline miraculous. We are designed to keep replicating and regenerating ourselves on a cellular level. It's unbelievable. But we've fallen from grace, folks. We've wandered away from that thousands of years ago. We became addicted to our taste buds. We eat what tastes good. There's a lot of people, when you tell them, oh, try eating a salad, eat an orange, eat a piece of fruit. Oh, I can't stand that stuff. That's rabbit food. I want this, I want that. They want fried calamari or whatever it is. Which, there's people that do it. In the Mediterranean type of diet, people eat certain types of diet. It works well. But the food is different. A lot of this food is organic. I was in Croatia. The food that people were eating, it was real food. It was food that if you came and eat the same food in this country, it's no longer real food. Loaded with chemicals, GMOs, and all that type of stuff that everybody knows about. But the key is, most people are not ready to hear this kind of information. They're being so confused by all the different information, and some of it is coming through, being funneled through science. And some of the science is abstract. It's not the real science that governs the human body. Your body knows what to do. Your body knows how to help you. If you present it with the right information, and when I say the right information, that you eat the right foods and leave out the wrong foods. It's like eating a perfect diet. If I eat a perfect diet and I smoke crack, there goes the diet. It don't take much to ruin a good diet. And the cleaner you become, the more effective the poison comes at interfering with your body's process of keeping you healthy. See, it's the opposite of what people think. People think because they're eating a good diet, they have a better margin of error. No, it's the opposite. Your body becomes more sensitive. That's why I don't deviate, because I know I can't. And I am immunocompromised. I'm 90 years old, I'm immunocompromised. But not because I'm 90 years old, folks. It's because I made a mistake when I was 81. I got a terrible exposure to black mold. And I thought I didn't have the money to clean it up. It was $13,000. It got me. I had a hole right through my skull. You see that hole? I had a hole right through my skull. I had double pneumonia and it got into my heart. And I should not be here. And if it wasn't for my lifestyle and my faith, I wouldn't have made it. I was in the best hospital in New York City and I was going. That's simple. And one of the doctors said, you might as well go home. And he was really sending me home to die. He was a gentleman. I came home, but I fooled them. And I couldn't even stand up. I couldn't stand up without two people helping me. And what happened, I said, I'm going to do this the way, I didn't let them cut out my forehead. They were going to put a plate in my forehead. And when I come home, within 2 weeks, I was walking with somebody, a physical therapist was holding my arm. In three and a half weeks, I was walking unassisted. And people said, oh, you got to eat animal protein, you got to do this, you got to do that. I didn't do anything. No, I wasn't going to listen to them. I said, if at this point in my life I'm going to die by my own hand. I'm going to die from my own knowledge, not from the knowledge that got me into this type of a situation. So here's what we got to remember. What I said before, your body is this fabulous biological organism. It was designed to create optimal immunity. And if the majority of people ate this way, you would create optimal herd immunity. They talk about creating herd immunity. Well, you're not going to create herd immunity with vaccinations. Not going to happen. Now, they convince you that it will happen. But if people start eating well, and then they're exposed to these different viruses, they won't get them, and they'll get the antibodies. They'll never know they had them. Because their immunity will not be powerful enough where they will not have any symptoms, but they will get the antibodies. They will get the antibodies, I'm sorry. But we got to wake up, and we cannot look at change as it's something that we can't do. With the right faith and the right mindset, we could do anything. There's nothing that we're only limited by our own thinking. If we say, oh, I can't do that, oh, I can't do this, then you'll never do it. What you believe is extremely powerful, even how your genes are expressed. That's called epigenetic expression. Only 7% of what happens to you is based on your genetic blueprint. The rest is epigenetic. What you believe spiritually, that's why a lot of people think you believe in God. They think you're dopey. No, that's not the case at all. I'm going to write a book on the case for intelligent design from a scientific standpoint. I wasn't going to do it. I said, oh, it's too late. I'm 90. What am I going to do that for? I'm going to do it because I'm angry. I'm really annoyed. And I'm annoyed at myself because I haven't been saying what I should be saying. So the key is, if you're able to look at something and you don't look at the long-range goal, if you're going to run 50 miles, you don't look at the 50 miles. And I'm not telling people to go out and run 50 miles. I did that and I found out it was, I should. What'd that prove? But the thing is, you don't look at the long run. You look at what the first step, the steps you look at today, what you're going to do today. And you look at the end of the day, what you want to accomplish. You want to improve your diet. You want to leave out something. You leave it out for today. And then tomorrow, it's another day. So you break it up into stages, whatever you're going to do. And of course, your body is this miraculous healer. And what happens when you go through this change, your body has to go through a transition. It's not going to happen overnight. It doesn't work that way. It takes time. Whoever a person is, say you're 50 years old, it took you 50 years to bring your body to that state of biochemical individuality for you. In order to help your body change, it's going to take time. And you're going to go through a letdown. Because when you first leave things out, in the beginning you feel very good for a week or two, in most cases, if you're going to survive. But then, being that you're leaving things out and your body starts to generate the vital force. Vital force is the energy that heals you. When you start to generate the vital force, then your body's going to utilize that vital force and you're going to feel tired. You're going to want to go to sleep. You could misinterpret it that it's making you worse rather than better. No, your body knows, saying, wow, look at this person. It's giving me the energy to heal. So when that's the case, you sleep, you lay down, you rest as much as you can. You don't exert, you don't try to go out and go for a 5-mile run. Or you don't drink 3 cups of coffee to give you energy or do some other thing to go out and stand on your deck and do a lot of forceful breathing. Because that's not going to do what you think it's doing. You can do things like yoga and qigong that generate qi. You don't want to go out and lift weights and go for a sprint because that takes your qi. You want to generate qi. Qi is vital force. I hope I'm hoping I'm saying this right so people will follow it. So the key is, and you want to get out, my belief for me is that I respect everybody. I don't go into crowds. I don't want to. I do, but I get out in fresh air. I believe to stay in the house, in some cases, is a mistake because it's devitalated air. It's like going up in an aeroplane and they're not recycling and purifying the air. There's 150 people breathing and that air becomes devitalated. Now, it's not the same in the house. If you got the windows closed because you're afraid the coronavirus is going to come in and, you're just sitting in there and it's a family of 5 and one of the little kids coughs, the bacteria is floating around in that air. That's devitalated air. That air exchange between carbon dioxide and oxygen, that air is becoming devitalated. That don't happen outside. That air is not devitalated. But they got people convinced that you go outside, that the coronavirus is out in the fresh air. Well, I have a little news for those people. The coronavirus or any other virus is not going to live very long out in direct sunlight. And there's a reason why that the virus has changed from summer to winter. It's not just the temperature. There's a lot more to it. It's the condition of your body that changes it. How you're exposed to temperature affects how your cells are going to expand and contract. It's critically important. Same thing with circadian rhythms. If you want to get the coronavirus, eat at 12 o'clock at night every night. Not a good idea. Circadian rhythms have a tremendous influence on your chemistry. When you're sleeping at night, you're on a self-dialysis process. When it goes from daylight and darkness, based on the optic nerve, it sends a message to the apostat in your brain to slow your metabolism down so you can go to sleep. So if you're supposed to go to sleep, if it got dark at 6 o'clock tonight, and your metabolism starts to slow down, and you eat at 10:30 at night, your metabolism has slowed down. What do you think is going to happen to the food that you ate? It's not going to be completely broken down and digested. So what does that mean? It's going to create the endogenous environment to support what? Viruses and bacteria. It's the endogenous waste that we want to keep moving out of our system so we don't have the internal environment, which is a fertile garden for bacteria and virus to proliferate. Would you plant the seed out on concrete, or will you plant it in fertile soil? You're going to plant it in fertile soil. When you're creating that endogenous waste by eating like a glutton, like it's an Olympic event, you're eating 9 o'clock at night, and you're eating humongous amounts of food because you're stuck in the house, guess what you're doing? You're not doing the right thing. What do you think happened in Italy? They locked everybody down. They stayed in the house, and within a few days, the death rate doubled, maybe even more. You have to respect other people, but going out in the sunshine is a good thing to do. That, for me, it is anyway. I'm not prescribing or diagnosing anything for anybody else. But I'm going to tell you the way I see it and the way I live and the way I've worked with like 35,000 people. What I see happen to people right now that I'm not even talking to. I'm just speaking to them over the phone. I see people coming out of things that are unbelievable with simple changes. So remember, folks, keep in mind that we are responsible for our own well-being. It's good to respect everybody, to listen to what people are saying. But educate yourself, and then you decide what you want to do. You want to live the type of a lifestyle where you're going to have to take advantage of this abstract science. And, of course, I'm totally for nutraceuticals when they're needed. And I'm totally for all those nutraceuticals. I'm telling a lot of people to use them. There's a silver out there, one particular silver that works like a charm. And a lot of people say, oh, you don't take it, it's no good, it'll turn you blue. People have to decide that for themselves. But remember, we are created to have super immunity. We cannot create that type of immunity with anything else. Your body creates that. Your body will do the optimal thing for you if you permit it. If you free it to do it. And a lot of people can't do it, they can't change because of the psychological component of hunger, which is an addiction. It's like dealing with a heroin addict or a cocaine addict. We're enslaved by our habits. And there are ways to deal with that too. So keep in mind that a lot of the information you're getting over the, on television, I think a lot of these people have our best interests at heart. They might not be completely informed. They've never been exposed to this. This is a parallel science. A lot of this I did not learn in school, period. And I'm a big proponent of fasting. Remember, I'm not diagnosed or prescribing anything. I have an extensive background in fasting. I've seen people recover from things through fasting that were just unbelievable. And people think that's starvation. They don't really have what it is. They don't realize what it really means. And of course, water fasting is dramatic. You have to shut down and rest. I mean, what people call juice fasting is not really a true fast. It's really it's a liquid diet. But remember, everything is based on what you leave out. So if you're juice cleansing, you're leaving out cake, candy, soda, or ice cream. You're not overeating. You're not eating before you go to bed. You're not smoking cigars, smoking pot, whatever people want to do when you juice fast. So when you leave all those things out, what are you doing? You're freeing your body, this fabulous biological organism. You're freeing it. You're giving it free reign over your chemistry. Once you give your body free rein over your chemistry, I mean, that is amazing. Your body knows exactly what to do, far more than the best scientists in the world. The best. Your body, that is designed into your body to do miraculous things. It's unbelievable what it can do. But, you got to give it a chance to do it. It's not going to do all it. If you're the type of person, if you're, obese and overweight, or you've been exposed to a bad diet for economical, social reasons, like some of the people in the black community, Hispanic community, they didn't have the money to eat well, and all the restaurants and business went into their neighborhood, which was very cheap food. But how could it not give you diabetes and make you obese? To me, that's like social abuse. And now they're talking about, we're going to help these people. We're going to get them vaccinated. We're going to do this. No, you won't. And there's a lot of people out there that are trying to help everybody, not just a certain select group of people. I want to help everybody. I don't care about, all this political nonsense and all this, this racism and all this. I couldn't care less about that. I believe in God. I believe God created us all equally. And that we are our brother's keeper. We should be trying to help people. And everything's not about the money. I never made any money. I never made a lot of money. I could have been a multi-millionaire. I never made any money. And everybody thinks I'm stupid because I don't know how to make money. No, it's not that. Motivated by different factors, different reasons. And at this point, at 90, this is very important time in my life. Not because I want to see how long this type of a plan, what it's going to do and how long. Right now, I feel pretty good. I really do. I feel like I could do anything. I could run up and down the stairs for an hour, easy. But the thing is, it's not about me. It's about what I'm supposed to do, what I'm called to do to help other people. And of course, you always got people that, because they can't do it or they don't know it, we don't know what we don't know. When somebody don't know, when I see somebody's not getting it, I don't go there. Because I'm not looking to create a controversy or confrontation. I talked to some people I spoke to a guy that was a medical doctor. He didn't get it in the health food store. He thought we were carnivores. He thought we were designed to eat meat. Well, really? I don't know where he studied anatomy and physiology and organic chemistry. It must have been at the Bronx Zoo or something. I couldn't figure that one out, so I just didn't even bother. So, and we have to people that are on the same page. We have to try to support each other. And I don't believe I don't like knocking people. I'm not going to knock anybody. People that now are trying to draw me into controversy with other people. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into, criticizing somebody to make my own point. Not going to happen. And if people are, I'm going to go live as much as I can when I get angry or get inspired. I got angry. I'm sitting in the car. I'm getting angry. I said, I'm going to go home and do it right now. I'm not going to wait till tonight. But remember, you have a way out here. You don't have to be victimized. You have a way out. But if you choose not to change, then this is what you got to really do that. Find yourself a good doctor, do it, and look into all the nutraceuticals. There's about 70 things you could do to help you that really work. There's so much stuff out there. And I spoke about a lot of that stuff. And of course, exercise, I wouldn't, if you're sick, you have any doubt about of course, go to a doctor. But there's a lot of people are sick, and there's more people getting sick now with other problems that are not from the coronavirus. I'm a little suspicious. I have my own idea what's happening here. I really do, but I'm not even going to get into that because it's just my own idea. I'm watching very closely to see what's happened. There's 10 criteria I'm going by, and I already see 6 or 7 of the criteria that I'm very suspicious of. And I spoke to a friend of mine who's very knowledgeable about this. And of course, the Valasta, I missed the Valasta. The Valasta, does not work directly against the virus, but it's the most powerful anti-inflammatory. And, of course, a lot of people that are succumbing to the coronavirus are succumbing to the acute respiratory distress symptom. And so Volasta does help with inflammation, And Sam Shepard, who worked for NASA, is the guy that created that. He's a very knowledgeable guy also. So I don't know what else to, let's see, what is your, I don't know how, let's see if I could answer these questions. Well, Fred, what is your opinion of colloidal water and antifungal and virus substances? Yeah, there's a lot of those things that work very well. Like I said, there's many, many different things that you could take. You have to weigh the benefits against the risk. Then you have to also take a look at, are you trying to remove as many of the causes that are preventing you from developing this super immunity? So you don't want to take something and you're doing everything wrong. You're not getting enough sleep, you're eating late at night, you're eating all the wrong food, and then you take some of these things that you're speaking about here and think they're going to compensate for what you're doing. No, it's a comprehensive program that that'll make it work for you. Now, not everybody can be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Okay, I don't really know what kind of water you're talking about. If you're talking about alkaline water, I guess that's what you're talking about. Yes, some alkaline water, alkaline water. A lot of people tell you it don't work and interferes with the pH of your stomach. It don't. What it does, it actually improves your digestion, because if you drink the water, your body will secrete more digestive juices. So it's the opposite of what you're being told. Plus, it enables the water for old people like my age that are dehydrated. What it does, enables the water to get into the cell. I have a machine like that. I was given it to as a gift from my friend Rick Johnson down in Louisiana. So silver water, if you're talking about silver, colloidal silver, very controversial. You talk about it now, they're ready to come and put handcuffs on you. It works. That's all I can tell you. So I don't want to elaborate too much about that. You can use it in a nebulizer. It gets into your lungs, and it helps with if you have inflammation, if you're starting to cough. Colloidal silver. There's different types of silver, though. There's nano silver. The particles make a big difference. What happens? Listen, there's a lot of things I'm hesitant about saying openly, because I'm on a watch list, folks. And so, but if people, they can call up and make a half-hour appointment. I'm not looking for anything. It's not a big deal, but I have to be careful. I have a family. I don't want to be a problem. And I have, my family's on board with this. My daughter that's on Instagram, RBPeach125, is a brilliant person. If you follow her, trust me, she's got total recall. She's like a computer. So if you want to get some good information, you get it from her. Yes, I am on a watch list. That's true. So it says, we understand you're on a watch list. Yep. Well, but they can't do nothing to me. I'm just an educator. I'm just telling people. I'm not prescribing or diagnosing anything. That's why I want people to understand. A lot of this stuff I haven't said, because I don't want to be in that position. But you know what? I don't care. What are you going to do? They're going to lock me up at 90 years old? They're going to take me out of here in handcuffs at 90? Don't you think that's going to look pretty stupid? I think it is anyway. Okay, so what we'll do is that I was going to go live tonight, but I got so pissed off in my car. I said, I'm not going to wait till 9 o'clock. I'm going to go home and do it right now. So any questions you have, and of course, there's a lot of people out there trying to do what I do. This guy named Paul Nissan down in Florida. Everybody probably knows him. And Everyday Detox. And there's other people out there. How far some of these people are taking it, though, I don't really know how deep. But they're great sources of information. Plus, we're hoping we're going to be opening up a facility out in Arizona. It looks like we're developing. I have a friend of mine who owns a big company in Arizona. We're going to have nutraceuticals that are really, they're whole food products, and it's just on the verge of getting it out. Well, I'll be talking more about that soon. But I'm not going to affiliate myself with anything that I wouldn't take myself or give to my grandchildren to make money. I've already gone down that road. I'm not doing it. It's not going to happen. So if I recommend something or I encourage people to do so, as you could see, I'm not pushing products right now. I'm trying to get people to go to the right lifestyle, so you don't really need anything. You don't need a lot of food. I don't eat a lot of food. People say, oh, you're not going to have any energy. You might not be getting enough calories. I'm getting enough calories for this body, and if I look like I don't have a lot of energy, then people must need to get a pair of eyeglasses, because I got a lot of energy. Trust me. All right, I think I shot my mouth off enough here and said as much as I could say what that I wanted to say here. So, of course, I'm praying for everybody. I'm a prayer warrior. I got a prayer journal. I pray for people. I pray for the president that everything goes well. And, if I could do anything, there's a phone number on there. You could call me for a half-hour appointment if you want it. Otherwise, send your questions in. I'll answer your questions. Plus, I'm learning how from my friend Kevin Johnson, who's been a great help to me, to be able to, bring a lot of people on, even controversial people, which I like. When I had my own program, Each Your Way to Health, with Dr. Fred Bisci, we won the Nova Award. The co-host was Peter Lisi. We had a great show. And we had a lot of guests on that didn't agree with us. No name calling, no insulting each other like some of these people insulting. That guy out there is insulting all the vegans. I mean, it's ridiculous, Yeah, that's, kind of ridiculous, people like that, Why can't people have an intelligent discussion? Why put people down? I have people come to me eat animal protein. That's their choice, and they're very healthy. I've seen plenty of people try to live on a carnivore diet. That's nothing new. This is all recycled information. I know people that did that, who died from kidney failure, 43, super strong. I was a weightlifter at one time, very strong person. But I can't see insulting people to make yourself look good, or it's good for your machismo and your ego. Now that's a lot of junk. But people buy into that. There's a lot of young guys. They want to be big. They want to be tough guys. All right, that's their choice. All right, folks. I think that was a lot of fun. I got that off my chest, and give me some direction. Tell me what you want me to do and where you want me to go. And the people that are going to be helping me, they're going to help me with. I'm not that great technically. I'm trying to, learn as I go along. I believe that's what they're doing with this virus, learning as they go along, to be honest with you. So that's not bad for me to do it. Okay, good luck, and God bless everybody. Until next time, good luck. God bless.